Brogan Private Dick, the weasel's little army. Vinny, the weasel, Capello didn't start out using animals because he loved them. He started because they were the only things smaller than him that he could still control. Born in the North End in 1947, Vinny was a scrawny, sharp-faced kid with quick hands and quicker eyes. By age 16, he was already running numbers for the old Patriarcha crew. By 19, he was in Vietnam not as a soldier, but as a logistics weasel, moving special supplies between bases. That's where he first learned the value of small, innocent-looking packages. A soldier would never question a crate marked medical supplies, especially if it came with a few live chickens or a nervous monkey for the base mascot. After the war, Vinny came home angry and clever. The old mob families were losing their grip. Heroin and cocaine were flooding in, but the traditional routes were getting too hot, too many busts, too many snitches. That's when Vinny had his brilliant, disgusting idea. Why risk a man when a hamster weighs 2 ounces and fits in a coat pocket? He started small on his uncle's failing pig farm out in Revere. The pigs were the perfect cover. Loud, smelly, and nobody wanted to search through pig shit for very long. But the real magic happened in the barns behind the main pens. Vinny designed tiny waterproof capsules that could be surgically implanted or strapped to small animals. Hamsters, gerbils, even specially trained rats. He called it the Express Service. A single hamster could carry nearly $8,000 worth of pure heroin or fentanyl across state lines without raising suspicion. The animals were quiet, didn't talk to cops, and if one got caught, well, it was just a dead hamster. Why animals? Vinny's 3 rules. Small equals invisible. Cops look for big cars and nervous men. They don't look twice at a guy carrying a small pet cage on a bus. Disposable. If customs opened a shipment and found 20 dead hamsters, Vinny lost product but not soldiers. He called them the perfect made men. They take the fall and never rat. Cheap and loyal animals didn't demand a cut. They didn't get greedy. They didn't develop a coke habit and start talking too much. By the mid-1980s, Vinny had turned the pig farm into a full smuggling hub. He had a network of handlers, mostly broke ex-cons and teenage runaways, who transported the animals in everything from fake pet store vans to school buses during field trips. He even experimented with parrots for swallowing small packets, and once tried using a particularly fat house cat named Marmalade as a test subject. Until the cat escaped and caused chaos that eventually drew Brogan's attention. Vinny's operation was running smoothly until Brogan and Major Rush started squeezing his connections. The weasel was getting desperate. He was pushing harder into the new alliance with Slick Eddie's Vipers, trying to move bigger loads through Nova Scotia, and then distributing them via his 4-legged mules across New England. In the back room of the Velvet Lounge one night, Vinny was overheard telling one of his lieutenants, "People betray you. Animals, they just shit and deliver. That's why God made hamsters." Back at Cheater's Tavern, later that same week, Brogan took a slow sip of scotch while Dave the hamster, a former employee of Vinny, who had escaped during a chaotic raid, sat on the table wearing his tiny fedora. "So the weasel's still at it," Brogan muttered. "Bigger animals now too." Rush nodded. "Rabbits, even a few dogs. He's getting bold." Dave chattered angrily, showing his one floppy ear, a permanent reminder of his time in Vinny. Express Service. Marmalade, lounging on the next chair, flicked his tail with disdain. He still remembered the cage. Brogan lit a Camel and smiled coldly. "Then maybe it's time we introduced the bishop to Vinny's little furry army, right before we burn the whole operation down."